just want to congratulate Coach Shondell once again, and the Purdue team on a great season. And pushing us to our limit. They just really have a tough offense to stop, and I don't think we always were able to do that. But on the whole, we were just better offensively, and I thought clearly Liv carried us for a while, and Brooke had a great match. And then when Liv wasn't carrying us, we got Blair and Marina stepped up big, and but mostly just thought we were pretty dominant offensively, and we're back.
Brooke, can you walk us through those final two aces and what was going through your head?
I mean, almost every time I'm going back to serve, what's going through my head is to just go for it. But, in moments like this, you kind of just have to go for it. And so that was really what was going through my mind. I just got to do it, and whatever happens, happens.
And then when you saw it drop the last one?
That was insane. I mean, ending it on an ace is maybe something I wouldn't have expected, but being able to see that ball drop and go to the Final Four is just insane.
Olivia, speak to Purdue was a scrappy team, but the fight that your team had, especially through some of those points, some of those long rallies that you guys were able to pull through.
Yeah, I think Purdue was definitely giving us a hard time, but I think it was either the start of the fourth or the second set. There was just one really long rally where we were really scrapping, and that just kind of gave me hope that we were going to be able to flip the switch. I feel like in the first two sets, they were definitely out scrapping us, and definitely in the third, but I feel like in the fourth one, that was just something that we tried to prioritize. And I feel like being able to just flip that switch and prioritize that in the fourth is definitely what helped us make it through.
You're on the all-regional MVP, then Brooke and Marina also get on the team as well. What's that mean for you and your two teammates too?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a testament to how much work we put in and how hard we fought these past two games. I mean, it's hard to move on, let alone be in the group of people who get honored for this, because it's so hard to get here. So I feel like there's just so many good players, and the fact that we had players on our team who were able to step up for this occasion and help our team get these two wins just means a lot.
Dan, what do you think went different in the third set for you guys?
It was a combination. I think we had 7 attacking errors, or maybe no. They had 7. We had 9 attacking errors that set, I think. Is that right?
I think it was 7. It was 9.
It was 9. Yeah, I think 7 of those they blocked us. And simultaneously, there was a few backward digs we could have had. So it's tough to beat a very strong team with that combination of offense and defense. But I'm proud of the response for sure.
Coach, you started the season with back-to-back losses. The first time Pitt has had back-to-back losses in the same season since 2020. How are you able to keep the belief in this team to make it to national semifinal once again?
You're bringing up the first games of the season again. I think just coming to work every day, and I've talked about it in other interviews. Something that I'm proud of with this team is, the first game, Nebraska, they played better than us, but we weren't that far from forcing a fifth set, so we were in it. And then I think the other 3 games we lost, we hit for a higher percentage. A lot of the stats went in our direction. We just didn't get the win. So we haven't really been, beaten badly by a team. We've been in every game, no matter if we're playing good or bad. And so I think, to me, that gives me a lot of confidence in this team.
Brooke, how would you describe this season? And how much do you think you've grown as a player?
I mean, kind of going back to what we were just talking about, we lost those 2 games, but I think starting out with those 2 losses gave us that extra little bit of fire just to get that much better. And then every day we go in the gym with something to work on, and it usually carries over into games. And I think that cycle has just continued and got us to where we are right now.
Dan, what was Marina doing so well? I mean, a career high kills, led the team in digs, just on fire tonight.
She was doing a lot well. I think she came up with some big blocks. Her passing was stable. But mostly offensively, she just, she made really good choices. I think she had about 5 like shove kills when she saw those openings, and which is kind of Purdue's game. So I think I think she just was really in the moment, making good decisions.
Purdue's a team that had 3 reverse sweeps during the season, and it was 12-10. They just won the previous set. This is just for anyone. Like, what went into, those 3 straight blocks that happened that put you guys up 13-10 that kind of changed the momentum?
Yeah, it did occur to me, like they certainly had the momentum in that moment, and I think, I want to say that was Bree and Olivia next to each other, and I think that's about as good of a block as we have, and good for Akasha. She kept coming at us, and eventually we wore her down.
So, over the last couple seasons, it seems that there's always some young player that steps up as the season moves on. Obviously, Marina, a big example over these last 2 matches. But can you speak, any of you, to how the older members of the team and you as the coach help to develop those young people? Because it's pretty unique to Pitt.
Yeah, I think. I think it's. I think we're helping as coaches, and certainly older players help a lot. But it's mostly we train at a high level every day in our gym, and if they can, prove it every day in our gym, simultaneously get some experience in front of some big crowds, then I think at this point in the season they're not really like freshmen anymore. They've had a lot of cracks at it. So that's how I look at it. Do you guys have any?
Yeah, I definitely don't see them as younger players. I feel like when we step on the court, we're all just volleyball players, and this is the level they train at every day. So I agree.
Olivia, if someone would have asked you in January after all the roster turnover you guys had that you'd be back in the Final Four, what would you have said?
Yes. I would have said Fish is going to figure it out. And he did. We are going to figure it out together. And we did.
And then Brooke and Liv, what is it? Final Four. Brooke, this is your first. What does it feel like?
You can go first.
It's just surreal. It's something I've dreamed of since I was little. To be able to do it with this team is just incredible.
Yeah, I could definitely feel how much it meant to Brooke, especially when she fell to the floor. I stepped away because I didn't want to get down because I wouldn't have gotten back up. But I just think the fact that we're able to just keep doing this just shows how strong of a team we are consistently. And I just feel like we put in so much work this season. So I feel like this season it means a lot more. I don't know why, but it just feels even more special this year.
Dan, you feel the same way?
Each game and each season has its own story, but if you contrast it with how we felt in January when we were looking at, having one outside hitter on a roster, yeah, we put in a lot of work, to bring in this team and to develop it. So it feels pretty good.
Well, Olivia, Brooke, and Dan, you kind of touched on this, but what makes this group just so special?
I think, and I talked about this a bit earlier, but I feel like this team has just had so many hard moments where we've had to just come together and find ways to get that win. And I feel like just the experience of pushing through the hard times is what makes this team so connected and close. I feel like we all trust each other to be able to find solutions in those times. And it's just been great seeing us just get better at facing adversity.
And I have something to add to that, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but some years, you start out the season really close and maybe you don't end that way. But this year seemed like maybe the girls weren't, there's a lot of new players. They weren't as close at the start of the year, but, they certainly are now. But that's my impression.
No, I totally agree. It's great.
I was just going to say anything to add.
I think we all are just there for each other all the time on and off the court. And I think all the things that we've been doing off the court, whether it's going to Blair's and having trivia night, also just shows on the court too.
Obviously the weather was pretty nasty outside. What's it been like for you to play in Pittsburgh for a year with the crowds and support?
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to come into the Pete, get a crowd of almost 5,000 people is amazing. This crowd is always in the game and always giving us that extra little juice that we need, and it's been amazing.
Liv, you were just talking about adversity that this team had to face. Does it give you a little bit more confidence this year going to the Final Four because you're facing more adversity than you did in years past, possibly?
I think it does. I mean, also just the past few matches that we've had have also make me feel more confident because I feel like we're not playing our best volleyball right now, but we're still able to find solutions in those times that it matters. So I feel like I'm just really excited for us to continue getting better and just reach our level next week. Yeah.